welcome to the 10th Chicas Talk Disability. This is an event series that we actually began on April 15th of this year. And we've been having these sessions every other week on so many different topics. And a lot of you have been part of other sessions. So thank you for coming back. And if you're new today, thank you for joining us for your first time. One thing we want everyone to know is that these are being recorded. We put them online so that other people who cannot attend are able to see what happened during the event. And especially for the ones that we have panels and different topics, we really want to provide that value. So if you have a problem with being on the screen, feel free to turn off your video. And do note that also what is in the chat is also part of the recording. And one thing for everybody who maybe has not used Google Meet before is to, if you don't know, you can turn on captioning. If you're on a computer, it's at the bottom on the right, and there's a CC button that says turn on the captions. And if you're on a phone, it should be at the top right in the little box, also a double CC. And that can really make this more accessible. And it's one of the reasons we use Google Meet, because it makes free automatic closed captioning available for everybody. All right, so we're going to now go ahead with introductions. So Mariela, I muted you, so feel free to unmute yourself and talk about Project Hearing.
All right, thank you so much, Katarina. So welcome everyone, Chicas Talk 10, Season 1. And I am so happy to be able to share this evening with all of you. It's been an amazing, amazing project. And what is Project Hearing? So Project Hearing is really an organization that I started. I wouldn't really say so much an organization, so much as it is a social media platform where I document my life as a person with a hearing disability. I created this platform because I got really frustrated with the inspirational porn that surrounds the disability conversation. I wanted to create a space where we can talk about our realities as people with disabilities, our good days, our challenges, best practices. And in doing that work, I came across Katarina, and together we are launching Chicas Talk Disability. So Katarina has her own platform, Blindish Latina. So Katarina, go ahead and tell us a little about that.
Thank you. Yes, so I actually started Blindish Latina in April. It's something that I've been thinking about for a very long time. Similar to what Mariela was speaking about, is that I wanted to see people like me who were very open about their disabilities and kind of just representing. I didn't see that many people, and when I was looking for kind of those role models. The condition that I have is called Usher syndrome. It's a combination of progressive vision loss and hearing loss. So I wear hearing aids, I use a blind cane, and I'm a professional, and I'm a Latina, and I have a job, and I'm an entrepreneur, and all these things. So I really wanted to talk about like what my life was like and create awareness and help people around me be able to be more accessible and just like start thinking about that, because a lot of people that know me didn't really know what I was experiencing on a regular basis. So the storytelling has already proven to reach people. So now, linking up two powerful ladies, we started Chicas Talk Disability, yes, together. And it's been a bi-weekly conversation on disability from our perspective, two disabled professional Latina women. We have covered topics, like I've said already. Some of these topics have been the cost of a disability, mental and monetary. We talked about police interactions with people with disabilities, allyship with the Black community, accessible meetings in the workplace. I know we had some other like really fire, amazing topics, because there have been 10 of them. So it's been amazing. And we're here to create a space for community building, and we're here to have people sharing and connecting with each other, and bringing more diversity and bringing our voices to the disability conversation. So Mariela is going to share now the ground rules.
So ground rules. So ground rules are so important when you're trying to create a virtual event. But if you've been here before, you know these by heart. If you're just joining us today for the first time, um, ground rule number one: mute yourself. So we are going to have a lot of topics that we're going to go over. We want to make sure that everybody hears and has access to what we're going to be talking about today. So make sure you mute yourself. Next, be respectful. Be conscious that not all of us have the same experiences. Also, make sure that if you have a question or a comment that you're going to be including in the chat, that you write it in a way that is not angry or offensive. Just be respectful to your fellow human beings. Then, this is probably the most important rule, but we are trying to create a safe space with Chicas Talk Disability. So make sure that you have a space and that allows you to be vulnerable. We want you to be honest with us. We want you to share your experiences in the same way that Katarina and I are sharing your experiences. So feel free to be unfiltered in the chat box. We are also going to be sharing an anonymous link throughout the Chicas Talk discussion. So make sure that if there's something that you want to bring to our attention and you don't feel comfortable sharing it in the chat, that you submit it in the anonymous Google form that we created. And then finally, be conscious that the things that we talk about in these conversations are really our experiences, is Katarina's experience and my experience, and the bubbles we live in as people that have hearing disabilities, who are oral and who are mainstream. So be conscious that Chicas Talk Disability is not speaking for the entire experience of all people with hearing disabilities. We're talking about our experiences. With those ground rules established, let's get into the good stuff of what we're going to be doing today. So today is our 10th discussion for She Can Stop Disability. This started out as just an idea and we made it real, we executed, and we got it done. So today we're celebrating the very first season and we have some really, really special guests. So this is going to be a self-care celebration. Self-care is so important and it's really central to a lot of work that we do. But more than that, it is a celebration of something else. Katarina?
I was looking for the anonymous form, so I'm just jumping back in because I think that it's not here. It is. Can you continue for the next part? I'm so sorry.
If anything, I'll just go ahead and find it. Go ahead and continue.
Okay, celebrating you. We want to celebrate you for sticking with us, for being part of our community, for believing in us, for validating that these conversations needed to happen. Just having people sign up and say, yes, we wanted to see this. Yes, this is something that matters to us. And we also want you to talk about this. We also want you to cover this. It's been so amazing to have that support and to meet all of you and to bring this conversations to light. So we want to thank you and celebrate you. So we are going to be having this session, which is going to be really fun. The way that we decided to do it was invite guest speakers to showcase different aspects of self-care that you can implement in your own life and have these little short moments so you can hear from multiple people. And of course, we will go out with some music and just some fun vibes at the end. So Mariela is now going to have everyone just introduce themselves. I'm going to start off with like a group question.
So just a warning, if anybody starts hearing loud motorcycles or ambulances, I am living on a major street in Manhattan in New York City. So I apologize in advance. I am already hearing people just like vroom, vroom. But anyway, so what I want everyone to do, if you feel comfortable in doing so, is just introduce yourself in the chat box. So enter your name, where you're from, and why you're here today. Just let us know what is going on with you, who you are, how you're feeling in the chat box. And we were just joined by Nicole. All right, so Nicole, we're doing quick introductions from everyone, and then we'll be jumping to you in just 1 minute. Awesome? Awesome. All right, so we've got our first intro from Katerina, who is feeling pumped. Yes, she's pumped. She's ready. All right, anybody else? How are you feeling? Where are you from? All right. I will go ahead and I will tell you I am feeling spectacular. It is Wednesday. I am about to do some really great exercises from Nicole. I am about to do a really great exercise from Jessica. I'm about to hear some bomb poetry from Annie. It's a wonderful way to spend my Wednesday. So, I think with that said, Katarina. Oh wait, there we go.
We got some intros. They're coming in. Yes.
Great.
Twyla. I hope I'm saying it right. Maybe it's Twyla. I'm so sorry. From Maryland, ready to roll.
Yeah.
Shamay. I really want to pronounce people's names correctly, and it's really hard when I'm not sure. But we thank you for joining us from Texas. Rena from Oregon. Wonderful. Promoting self-advocates. Twyla. Thank you. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Okay, Charlotte's awesome from Portland, Oregon. Keenan wrote a nice message about her perspective and how this space has helped her to meet others and advocate. I will tell you all that I have been advocating more and more just because I felt like I have to walk the walk. I can't just talk the talk. So today I sent an email to my language school where I've been studying Italian because I do not feel my professor has been providing accommodations that I've asked for. And I've asked for a full refund and I've complained and said, like, this is not acceptable. And I'd be happy to offer services to help you be more accessible.
That is awesome. I'm so proud of you, Katarina. I think we should go ahead and get started in introducing our first speaker, workshop leader for the day. So I will be introducing all of you to Nicole. So Nicole is going to be leading a workshop on grounding and acceptance. I spoke with Nicole last week, and our conversation was supposed to be a quick check-in, nothing fancy, and then it turned into a whole conversation about deafness. It turned into a whole conversation about Nicole. I was talking to Katarina about the story you told me about how the body is like a car and how we have to maintain the car because this is the only vehicle in which we will move through life, stuff like that. It was just a really good conversation that went way beyond the 10 minutes. So I apologize if I took all your time. But anyway, let me introduce y'all to Nicole. So Nicole is all about staying grounded and creating space for oneself. This is critical for how we define self-care. So in this workshop, Nicole is going to be doing some grounding best practices, including a simple centering, sun salutation, breath work, and meditation to begin the self-care celebration. At 26, Nicole was diagnosed with something known as CMT, a rare genetic disorder, which inspired her to deepen her yoga practice. I mean, look at all that fabulous yoga clothes she's wearing. All right, now Nicole is a yoga therapist, energy healer, writer, and actor who has found both physical and mental strength through complementary care in yoga and other holistic practices. With that said, Nicole, the floor is yours. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Hi, guys. Like she said, I was diagnosed with CMT. It's called Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease. It's a peripheral neuropathy, which means for me, there's different types, but for me, I overproduce a protein that causes my body to basically eat away at the myelin surrounding the nerve. Without that myelin, the muscle can't be fed and the muscle then atrophies. So my hands are a little wonky. They're a little thin. I can't open the strongest of bottles all the time. And for me, I'm lucky. It's from fingertip to elbow and toe to knee. So it means I walk a little funny. And again, I will ask for help opening a bottle. So fortunately, I don't have any handy. So I'm on my own here today. But doctors say that there's nothing we can do, that we're just going to continue to get worse, that wheelchairs and curled up fingers are our future. And I don't like that idea. Nothing wrong with it. I don't like the idea that there's nothing we can do to improve our quality of life, whatever that means. I also don't like the whole, and I'm in the hippy dippy world of yoga and energy healing, but I don't like the whole we can heal anything, because there might be a purpose in your life for whatever it is that you're going through. I believe that I have CMT because it guides my purpose in my life, to how I tell stories as an actor, to how I work with people with yoga and with yoga therapy and energy healing. So if that were to go away, I wouldn't be me. That doesn't mean I can't make my life, my car, run the best that it can. So I became a yoga, well, I was already a yoga student. I became a yoga teacher as I started to see improvement in my own self, my own body. Someone turned me on to yoga therapy. I went and did that. With yoga therapy, we work individually with people to provide optimal wellness, right? To help people empower themselves. We are not treating, creating cures or anything like that, but we are empowering you to hear what's going on in your body and take the steps necessary. And sometimes we have to show you what those tools are. Beyond that, we do the energy healing and sound healing, things that are important to me and passionate for me. Now, when we talked earlier, we spoke about if I have movement, and there are going to be people in this room, and I don't know what each one of you comes to the table with, but we all have something we're struggling with. And those who don't know what they have, that's usually a far worse ailment than what I'm dealing with. But she said, well, what if we have people in a wheelchair, and what if we have people who are, on crutches or something to that effect? And what I really, really believe, and what I've seen and do in my yoga practice, is this: wherever you are, it can be done. No, you may not stand up and I don't stand on one leg without holding onto a wall, a bar, or something, a human. I'm good with that. But they have shown studies that if you are confined, if you are quadriplegic, confined to your chair, if you close your eyes and believe and feel the movement in your body, in your mind, then you are gaining the benefits that movement creates. That is not an excuse to sit on your couch and say, I thought about working out, when you have the ability to do that. I just want to be clear, right? We have to meet our maximum wherever we are. So if I'm in the room and my maximum looks one way, your maximum is going to look a different way. And the key to that is we're all at our maximum. And that's where that benefit, that's where that comes from. So intention is key. So with that, I'd like to just lead us through a little bit of a breath. I'm going to stay seated. If anyone wants to rise up and stand, they may do that. If you are confined and arms are not moving as well, please just close your eyes. Feel the movement in your body. If you have a hearing loss and physical, then you may keep your eyes open and focus on the words on the screen. We're just going to take breath. Each movement will come with breath. So find a position now, either standing or seated, where you can just simply breathe for a moment and find that stillness. I'm going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And to find a grounded space, we want to try and make those breaths even. So inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to incorporate movement. As you inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Maybe gaze at those fingertips. And as you exhale, sweep the arms out wide like a swan dive and just forward fold. Lay over your legs, arms hang down, head hangs down, right? And take that breath. As you inhale, just slowly arch your back. Don't even come up, just arch your back. Exhale, relax the spine. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. We're just going to move through that 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive with the arms. Inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one. However that movement was for you, we're going to do it just like that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it all the way back up. One last time. Exhale, hands to heart center. This Anjali Mudra. Really love to see how the closed caption is spelled Anjali Mudra. But push your palms together. Lift your heart. Keep your neck long. And feel that energy start to flow between your hands. Pull your belly in, lengthen your spine, lengthen the crown of your head. And just take a deep breath in. Deep breath in through the nose. And deep breath, release the arms down. Release the arms. Find that calm. That simple movement that is the beginning of most vinyasa flow practices in yoga helps you start to connect breath to movement of the body. And it's not something we talk about in our daily lives, but when we connect breath to the movement of the body, we create more power, we create more energy, and we create a sense of connection. That connection empowers us to use our body to the best of our ability. When we breathe, when we focus on breath, that even breath keeps us even. If we notice that if you're scared, your inhales become very rapid and your exhales barely exist. That's that heightened sense of fear, fight, or flight. So when we want to calm, we focus on the exhale.